Well, hey everyone, how you doody, how you do? It's me, your boy, Gecko. I'm back. I've never really left. I'm always here. I'm always gaming. I'm doing something I probably shouldn't be doing. It's been a while since I did one of these videos and talked about the horde, or not the horde test, the dev vlogs. Been a nice long little while. But don't worry, I'm still here. I'm still playing. I'm still running around on the server, most likely trying to avoid everyone, because I don't want to be around really anyone unless I have to. And luckily enough, sadly, I have to sometimes, depending on the dinosaur. But we don't gotta talk about that today and my really stupid gaming habits when I play this game. We have the newest devlog, devlog 69. Nice. And well, a lot of surprises, a lot of cool things, and let's get into this nonsense. So, devlog 69. A lot of nice things going on in here. A lot of progression going on for this game. How's everyone enjoying the horde test? Do you guys like Kentro? I do like Kentro. It is nice. I like the what is he's not small. He's a medium. I guess he's medium size. I like the medium size class of playables. So I do like Kentro. I might start maining Kentro when it releases. Same thing with Ostro. I like Ostro. The whole semi-aquatic thing I agree with. Like, it's a mix between, like, I like being able to go from land to water easily, but also like I have two different types of play styles. From I can be on land and choose to fight things, or I can just live in the water. And for me, who is a very water driven person, because you can ask my girlfriend, I like the water. I like the ocean. I like being underwater. I'm 95% sure in a past life I was something that swam and lived near the water, because my obsession with water is kind of crazy. And also, I am a certified scuba diver, so that kind of like solidifies that I was most likely in a past life probably like an alligator or a crocodile or a river otter. I think I was a river otter. I totally am river otter energy. Oh yeah, I was totally a river otter. But or a leopard seal. Oh, I'd love to be a leopard seal, man. Oh, but hold on, get off track. Devblog 69, 69 devblog. All right, the 69th of the blogs and devs. All right. So what they got going on? Well, Felipe, our lead programmer, talks about fixing up the UI and fixing Kentro. Now, I played Kentro a little bit. If you saw the one video I uploaded about me when I played Kentro, it wasn't too buggy. I didn't have too many issues with it. My only issue was the other, psycho killer Kentros, and that's really about it. So I really don't know what issues Kentro had. I know there were some with things pouncing on Kentro, like Omniraptor and Troodon. But on that, I really don't know any other issues that was going on with Kentrosaurus. It seemed pretty fine for me, but there had been some. He talks about more about working on the skin system and fixing it up, making sure it works good without issues. Now, I will say this. I kind of don't like what they did with the skin system. I don't like it. It's not enjoyable to me anymore. I like being able to pick the different colors, not being stuck with the same color, and only being able to kind of pick between a slightly lighter or slightly more vibrant version of that color. Like, just give us back the colors. Now, I do see in the latest, who is messaging me? I do see in the latest, update for the horde test that we have theme 1 and theme 2, and that's cool. I like it. I ain't gonna lie, it is a cool little thing. Where theme 1 you have one set of colors, while theme 2 you have a completely different set of colors. Great, but why not just give us all the pickable colors again? Why can't we just have that again? Why do this instead of just giving us what we previously had? Because that worked fine. So I don't get why we have the current one. What they're doing in the horde test, I don't get it. Like, I'm not a big fan of it, but I'll let the Isle devs start, cooking to see what they can come up with. But yeah, I don't really like what they're doing with the skin system at the moment. Ariel, the programmer, talks about the movement system, or the underwater movement system for the baryonyx, and that Barry is going to just sink to the bottom of the lakes and rivers, unlike all the other dinosaurs. And Baryonyx is going to be able to latch onto the bottom. I'm pretty sure they're going to make Baryonyx like a hippo, because like hippos sink. If you didn't know this, hippos don't swim. They just sink because they're raw muscle. Is Baryonyx just going to be a hippopotamus? Why did my AC kick on right now? Is Baryonyx just going to be just like the Isles, kind of like the Isles version of a hippo, where it just sinks to the bottom, which I'm okay with. That does sound cool. I would like Baryonyx just to swim normally, but if it just sinks to the bottom, you could just sit at the bottom. That honestly just does sound fun, and hopefully we get that pretty soon, because Barry should be next in the horde test list. Wedge, the sound designer, talks about working on Baryonyx's calls and his vocals, making sure that all sounds good and dandy. Then they moved on to Camarasaurus, which I find is crazy. Like, what do you mean a sauropod? We ain't nowhere near ready for a sauropod to get added to this game, but shit, he wants to do Camara, do Camara. And then this one, I find this interesting. Our newest member of the team, so we got a new dev. So we got a new dev member, or not employee. Well, I was going to say employee, just a new developer. They got a new member on the team who's focusing on Ava. I find that cool. I find that interesting. The new guy gets the feisty little mean avocado. That's cool to me. But simultaneously, seeing how Ava and Camara are being, like, their vocals are being worked on, how close in development or how far out are they? I know they're still probably like a good, at least Ava is probably going to be the closest one. But Camara, I feel like is like over a year away. Like, we ain't nowhere near ready for a sauropod, especially of Camarasaurus' size. At least let's get, what was his name? Not Minmi. The other one, I forgot what his name was. That's how irrelevant that sauropod is to me. Is it Minmi? I think so. I don't know. But the fact, like, we're not ready for a sauropod. So seeing how Camara is being worked on, I feel it's kind of interesting. Hypno, the QA lead, he's going on and talking about how the Kentrosaurus for this horde test was the smoothest that they have ever had. Like, I kind of find that weird or kind of crazy, because they do the horde tests at least at this point, every few months. But this one being the smoothest kind of says something, because I'm like, then how was Rex and Aloe? Everyone literally, like, the entire servers were like done for and dead. Everyone just went to the horde test to play Rex and Aloe. So seeing how Kentro is even better, or was done better, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying half the time, guys. I just start yapping sometimes. But other big things that he has worked on in the horde test that we, the players, help and fix. In this one, the save system sometimes fails on server restarts, causing players' data to be wiped. This shit pissed me off. All right, the entire time I've been on the horde test, I'm growing up this, growing up that. You know, this is like, I'm pretty sure this goes back to the Kentro, because I wanted to grow an aloe and hunt Kentros, but literally every other day, my aloe would be gone. Literally grow an aloe to like 50%, 50, almost 60%, and then log out to go eat dinner, come back, gone. I was livid. All right. Now, the rest of this stuff, I never really experienced. I don't do eggs. I didn't play Rex. The reflection damage added to Ceratopsian's horns and the Stegosaurus' tail spikes, that should be fixed. What is it? The discrepancies between animal bite speeds and their damage output. I figure like that's something that should be worked on. When I bite you, I want you to die. Pin slop, the pin slop damage. Working on that pin slop. I love it. Footprint audio and other issues such as Troodon and Dilo being very loud compared to the. Yes, please, because it's pissed me off about Dilo. Like, I played Dilo. Dilo is my main. All right, before Aloe came in, it made no sense to me how Dilo sounded so heavy, but was literally weighed less than half the dinosaurs in his size range. It made no sense. Another thing is, give Dilo his jump. Dilo needs a jump. It makes no sense how Dilo doesn't have a jump, while every other animal in his same weight bracket can jump. Tanato is the heaviest thing that can jump. Dilo should be able to jump. Herrera's impaling themselves on Kentrosaurus with the drop attack. I would love to see that. I would just love to see like 3-4 Herreras jump on a Kentra and they all just get shish kebabbed. I feel like that'd be so funny to watch. Next, we got Kissin, the animation supervisor. Now, when did Kissin become the animation supervisor? I knew Kissin was like in charge, but when did he become the animation supervisor? Like, that's interesting. Things are going on in that what is it? In that afterthought headquarters. But she talks about working on animations and pumping them out for Kentro, Ostro, and Oviraptor and Pteranodon. Now, Pteranodon, he's always been worked on. He can get fixed. But Kentro and Ostro, great. And Oviraptor, Oviraptor, interesting. Now, I don't know how well Oviraptor will do in the current meta due to the fact that not everyone nests. Like, I don't nest. I can literally say I've nested once on Evrima, legitimately. So, and I know there are a lot of people that do nest. So I guess say it really just depends on the server. But like on official, I don't think that many people nest on official. Now, I could be wrong. I don't play official. I make this very known and very clear. I don't freaking play official. I don't care to deal with the people on official. All right. But community servers, I know it has a chance. But official, I don't know. So we got to see. So Kissin keeps talking about how after Kentro, Ostro, Pteranodon, and Oviraptor, we got Berry, Chimera, and Quetz, which in no particular order. But Quetz? Why Quetz? Why Quetzal? Why death from above? Why Quetzal? Why Quetz? Simon was the same thing as I said before. Chimera, we're not ready for a Chimera. We're not ready for Chimera. So, so we got death from above and then getting stomped on to death. Interesting. Very interesting, I do say so. Now, am I excited for them? 100% I'm excited for them. Do I, like I keep saying though, do I believe that we're ready for them? No. I do not. Then she talks about Ava Ceratops and how Ava being a special grumpy snowflake. Now, they do show in the dossier that Ava is going to be highly aggressive, which I'm all for. I loved playing Ava back in Legacy, and I did play it aggressively. I'm pretty sure everyone did. Like, I know a lot of people would act like AI and then, like, lure in, juvenile carnivores and then attack them. So we're just going to redo that, but now it's going to legitimately be official real players doing this to each other. Because there are no Ava AI. So it's just going to be, here you are playing as a juvenile, T-Rex or a juvenile Aloe, and then 6 Ava Ceratopses is come bursting out the bushes and run you down and kill you. So that's going to be fun. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for Ava. Then, the personal golden star. This is Kitten's words. Parasaurolophus. Now, Para, the big boy, the hadrosaur, the one with the what is it? The crest on the back of it, the banana on the back of his head. What you mean Para's coming in? All right, what you mean? Now she talks about how it's just a big hadrosaur. It's going to work the same as Maya and do the same thing that Maya does with the bipedal and the quadruped in the quadrupedal stances. But it's just bigger and larger. And apparently that the team loves it, that it's a dream for the team, for the animation team to work on Para. So Para might be coming in a little bit sooner than the rest, but probably with some extremely well polished animations to it. Because if the whole animation team just loves working on it, then I'm expecting an absolute chef's kiss of the animations and how this thing operates and looks and it moves around in the world. Now, I like Para. Para's a cool dinosaur. All right. It's like at least one of my top 5 favorite hadrosaurs. So we'll see how it comes. We'll see how it looks. We'll see how it be when it finally gets added into this hellscape. Hopefully it's not just added to be food as it was in Legacy. Because for any of you that don't know, Para legit was the last playable to get added to Legacy. And it literally was only added to be food for the Apexes, because Rex, Spino, and Giga weren't fast enough to catch really anything else or any of the other non-apex herbivores. So Mayas were too fast, Dibbles were too fast. Shants and Trikes would actually fight back, but they needed something but the Apexes just needed something they can kind of just kill, that they can catch and just kill easily. And sadly, Para became that target. But hey, if whenever they add Para and Para is able to kick some ass, I'm all for it. I'm all freaking for it. But next, we have a whole bunch of nice, fun animations in the work that the animation team is doing. So first thing we got is Ava. We have a whole bunch of animations of Ava. This first one is, I think it's just Ava eating something. Now, I don't know if Ava's going to be carnivorous. Now, I do remember in there, its little, I don't want to say dossier, but concept art, it eats eggs and hatchlings. Because, like, in it, it shows it, like, finding a Utah nest. And it, when the parents came back, the eggs and the babies were gone. So I don't think Ava's going to be omnivorous. But it might be, maybe. Can't fully say. But clearly in this first one, it's just eating something. I think this red block is just a placeholder for whatever it's eating. Will it be flesh? Who knows? This next one is Ava just running up, doing a hit in a spar. I'm pretty sure it's just a quick lunge. The next one after that, it's I would say a jump, like a juke. He's juking out the way. One under that is him jumping back. Under that, this one, if I had to guess, it's him getting hit. He's getting hit back. The one under that is him literally taking a hit to the front. Now these, I think it's all his strifes, because you know how the ceratopsians are going to be able to spar. This is him just jumping around. This little avocado jumping around, ready to throw horns and throw frills whenever, at a moment's notice. But I will say, I do like seeing this massive progress to Ava compared to its very, very basic animations it had in Legacy. This is like complete night and day. Like, this is crazy to see the amount of like life they were actually able to put into Ava compared to Legacy. Because Legacy, he was so bare bones and simple. There wasn't much to him. Now, yeah, Legacy is very bare bones and there isn't all that much to it. But Ava, I always felt Ava just felt really just like, yeah, we gave him a movement animation. He has an attack. He has a eat. He has a drink. And he has a sit down. And that's all we gave him. And that's how he felt like. Like, there was work put into him, but there wasn't work put into him. But with this is complete night and day to that, and I absolutely love how much life it now has. And I do want to see this for all the dinosaurs, like over all, especially the Legacy ones, like how they have that life thrown in them. They feel alive. They feel like they have weight, and they feel and have power behind them. Give me my Ava Ceratops, Dondi. Release Ava Ceratops today. And then the last one for Ava, last little animation we got for Ava, was just him just trotting and running along. So, that's cool. Next, we got Oviraptor, the egg thief. This first one, I'm pretty sure he's just eating something. Probably either I would say a graze, or it just legitimately eating an egg. One of the two. I would say an egg. The next one after that, it's Oviraptor skidding to the stop, probably from a full sprint. So we all know that all the dinosaurs do that. They drift. They have to slow themselves down. This one, I would say it's him flying, but I know he can't do that. So it's him just falling. But I do like how he just tucks his legs in and just braces, and he just tries his best. He does, like, I like how they utilize his big fat fantail to catch as much air to slow him down. Will this probably help you when you're falling? No, you're probably going to fall and still break your goddamn leg, but I like the attempt. Next, we got all the para animations, which, like I said, para getting worked on this early? Whew, it's going to be an interesting day when it gets added. This first one, just a skid. Next, it's getting pushed back. Now, here's my thing about para. Para being, what? It's not a apex. and it's not it's a pseudo apex because I want to call it a semi apex. If trike is an apex herbivore, stego would be a semi apex herbivore. Would then para be a pseudo apex? Or I won't even say apex. He's not medium size. He's bigger than medium. He's large. So I guess large herbivore. I don't know the best term to describe it. But with this one, like I said, it's him getting pushed back. He's not going back very far either. He probably went back almost not even his whole body length. So para probably won't be something that gets knocked down easily. It's something that like is going to be really stable on his feet, really maneuverable. Like clearly seeing from these drifts, he's going to be super maneuverable even at that size. Like Rex isn't this maneuverable, and I would say para is going to weigh what if Rex is 8 tons, para might be 6. I think no, maybe 5. Probably at least a ton or two more than Aloe, if I had to be honest. No, Aloe's like 2.8 tons. Yeah, at least 4 to 5 tons for para. So we'll see. This third one, I think this is an eaten animation. Yeah, it's probably most likely an eat. This fourth one, I would say it's the mid eat. So like this one is a low eat, and this one is a mid eat. Then I think this one is a call. I think it's just a call, a quick little call. This one would be another, I think it's a pickup. It looks like he's picking something up. I thought at first it was like a threat call, but it looks more like he's just picking something up off the ground. Another skid, another drift, but this one is quadrupedal instead of bipedal. Here's another, the same drift from a different angle. This is the hit. Yeah, it's clearly him just getting hit by something. I would say this is the highbrows. Yeah, this is the highbrows. Yeah, it's gonna be so cool when para gets added, and you could like that's one thing that they'll have to eventually add, the developers, is actual different height like foods for herbivores at different heights. And I feel like you should get different percentages of like diet depending on the like how high foods are. So like foods that are on a higher bush than a lower, like, so let's say they add vegetation actually growing in game. So instead of just you go to a migration zone and there's food, you kind of actually have to wait for it to grow and come out the ground. But vegetation that is either depending on what the vegetation it is, if it's like a tree, the higher bits of the tree you get more diet compared to the lower bits where you get less diet because they aren't as fresh or as ripe as the higher ones. And kind of the same thing with the bushes. Like fresh bushes that come right out the ground should have more diet compared to bushes that are older. I kind of see it like that. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I am yapping. What do you guys think about that? Because I feel like that'd be a pretty cool concept to see. Like I said, I do a lot of yapping. This one, I think it's like a sniff or snort. I have no idea. That one I actually have no idea. This one, I think, what is it? I asked my girlfriend. I think this is it, like chewing cud. So like cows will regurgitate their food and chew on it to get more nutrients. I think this might be the same type of thing where para might be able to regurgitate its food to kind of get some extra diet or extra food out of it. One of the two. This one is just para turning around. Here's another one of it just turning around but bipedal. Same thing for this one. Same thing for that one. They got a lot of it just turning around. And finally, the last one of it fully turning around but quadrupedal. So para's looking really good with these animations. It's looking very, very nice. Very, very good. We got another one of Pteranodon doing a peck, like a little run peck, little jab, little little stab with his little beak. Next we got the Quetz. And why Quetz? Now I love Quetz. I love me a big as dark giraffe terror bird thing. But why? I don't want this thing to eat me. Like literally most of my gameplay is being a baby because I die a lot. I don't need this thing flying around. But this first one, to me, this is a broadcast, and this shit is gonna be terrifying. If you remember, like if you an old OWL player, you remember like the original Quetz broadcast. It wasn't anything crazy, but this thing with it now, giving it that multiple like bark. Remember like Ostro in Legacy, how Ostro had the 3 bark, and we're going back. Like you gotta be an old OWL player. How Ostro barked 3 times. I say this is kind of like the same thing, but with Quetz, and that's gonna be fucking terrifying. Like, I'm not, like, ugh, that's going to be absolutely terrifying. This one is bro just falling. Bro just fell. He just fell. Just blop. And then another thing, hold on. Another thing that I did just notice, these are two different Quetz. This one has a full functioning, like a full crest over his beak, while this one doesn't. Now, is this one younger while this one's older, or is this one a male and this one a female? Questions. Dondi, I need answers. I do like it how in this one the Quetz uses its beak to stand back up after that major fail and flop. I'm pretty sure crashing as a Quetz, you're probably gonna die. Like, the last thing you want to do as a Quetz is fucking crash into something and hit the ground. You're probably gonna die. Next, we got the big boy Kamara. We just got some. I believe this is all its movement animation. So this first one is its walk, just big, large, lumbering, as a Chimera would. Then this one is a trot, because you can clearly see it's moving its legs a bit faster, got more pep in its step, more sway in that tail. That's another thing I love. I love a good sway in the tail. That's how you win me over with some animations, is that sway in the tail. I love it. And then this one, most definitely, is the run. I wouldn't say a run. I would say a shuffle, a very speedy shuffle, but I like it. And then finally, we have this animation comparing the size of a Rex to a Chimera. And oh dear gosh, if you thought Prime Rex was big, I'm trying to imagine how big a Prime Chimera is gonna be. Oh, that's gonna be a big fucking sauropod. That's gonna be a big damn animal. Holy hell. But that will end the DevBlog 69, guys. DevBlog 69, that will end it right there. We got a lot of good stuff, a lot of cool things, a lot of stuff coming in the future, and it looks great. I can't wait. I can't wait for every and anything, except for what they did to the skin system. That's really the only thing that I don't like. But I can't wait for whatever they're going to cook up. Wow, I've been recording for almost 30 minutes. How did I yap for 30 minutes? I yapped for 30 minutes, chat. I don't know how I did that. I barely like talking to my coworkers, but I was able to yap for 30 minutes. Wow. But what do you guys think about the DevBlog? What do you guys think about the Horde test? Kentro and Ostro, how do you guys feel about them and their current play styles? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. I will keep making videos. Like, I'm not done on YouTube or anything. It's just I just upload when I can. That's the best way I can describe it. But other than that, that's all I got it for today. I will see you guys in the next video. And just remember, stay amazing, stay awesome. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.